Hello and welcome to Bell Curve Gaming. Today I'm bringing you an Empoleon deck. Now this is a guy that I've been super pumped to play and really excited for. And I've finally been able to put a list together, although I've only really had time to play 8 games total. So this list is very much in the early form, but this is what I'm thinking with this Empoleon. So what does this deck actually do? Well, he's got this recall attack that we're building around, which allows us to choose one of our Pokemon's previous evolutions and use it as this attacks for one colorless energy. And that's huge because we can pay it with things like recycle energy and be able to recycle that energy over and over again to be able to pay for our attacks. But of course, we've got to look at what attacks have we got available to us. So the first one we've got is this Prinplup from Cosmic Eclipse, which we could water drip, but we don't really want that. But we've also got the direct dive. Usually it's 3 water energies, and we would never be interested in this because it just does a cool snipe 100 to the bench. But we discard all the energies from this Pokemon. For 3 water energies, that's expensive and there's no good water acceleration. However, for 1 recycle energy, that's absolutely nuts because not only are we discarding the card for just discarding 1 energy for a 100 snipe, that recycle energy is just going to go straight back into our hands for us to recycle in the next turn. So that can be absolutely huge with the Prinplup. And we've also got the Piplup's attack. So look at this card, it's absolutely beautiful. But the Bubble Hole, 3 water energies, once again, usually insanely expensive. We're probably never looking to attack with this guy, but does 80 damage, and if the defending Pokemon is a basic, it can't attack during our next turn. So this is nuts again for 1 colorless energy. We can just deliver 80 damage, and if they're a basic with so many tag teams running around, they can't attack on the next turn. Now it's really important that we got to try and stop them from switching and things like that. So obviously we can't stop switch cards or anything like that, but we can make retreating really difficult with the Absol. So if they're a basic Pokemon, obviously that's the time we're going to be using this attack. We can add some extra to the retreat cost and make it really hard to retreat out as well. So we've got Absol here to help out with that, to make retreating really difficult. We've got a couple here, so we can try and really make the most of that. And that's really how the deck works. We're trying to use Prinplups for sniping, or we're trying to get a big heavy basic Pokemon in the active where they can't get out of the active, and we just chip away with Bubble Hold. So that's the idea behind the deck. But of course, we're going to have to manually evolve through these evolutions. So we're a really slow setup deck. And I got an idea off of the Amado deck that I brought out a couple of weeks ago. When you're a slow setup deck, and I'll probably be using this a fair bit with slow setup decks, Lily Doll can be absolutely amazing. Can be amazing right through the match as well, even if you didn't get into it early. Lily's Doll, with these non-GX decks, because Gusting's so much harder, basically, you stick in the active. If they KO this, they don't take any prize cards. And this is absolutely huge because it allows us to set up, and we have to go right through our evolutions. So we're going to be a really, really slow deck. It's the reason why I used it in the Amado deck as well, because we're going to be a slow setup deck. And Lily's Doll can just buy us the turns that we need to. We've got Jirachis to set up, and they can search us, Lily Dolls and things like that as well. Plus, if we're left in the active with this guy, we can just put it on the bottom of our deck and then go back into whatever we need to. So that's really, really good as well. In terms of setup, we've got Cynthia and Cynthia's and Caitlin. Cynthia and Caitlin's just here just in case I need to go and get a supporter back. Maybe a Rosa, maybe a Brock's Grit, something like that through the match. We've got Shrine. Shrine's really huge in this deck because we are not doing huge amounts of damage, so Shrine can chip into GX Pokemon and get KOs, and trust me, this guy saves me so many times in the matches you're about to see. We need to control the stadiums, so that's the reason I've got a Mars Shadow here for resetting hold, just to try and get a bit of extra control over them. We added Mew. Mew was a later addition just because we came up against a bench sniping deck of our own. So Mew here is definitely here to try and stop bench snipes, and Mimikyu is absolutely amazing as well, because if we can get Shrine with Mimikyu together, with the Shadow Box ability, can just stop Mew decks in its tracks and things like that, and makes them rely on having stealthy hoods. So yeah, that's really the deck. That's the idea of the deck. Let's get into some matches. Hello, the Copy Man. Welcome. Jirachi. Don't have much else happening with his hand. Dark Box. Do you want a second Jirachi down? We do want the Shrine down. Well, why not, so we don't draw into it. got a Piplup. Still a wish ourselves. Cynthia. Is there anything else that could be good? We'll burn a switch anyway. We've got plenty of switching options around the place. Got a board, that's alright. Alright, just hold there. If we can get Shrine onto a Weavile at some stage, it's really good against Dark Box. Mimikyu's not on full. Interesting. Would have liked more Piplups down. Because that's like the early priority of this deck. I feel like you've already Cynthia'd. Wasn't really paying too much attention. Getting the Hooper. And the Weavile. Stan could potentially be good here, because you've burnt 2 Cherish Balls. Chuck this down. If I get... The only thing that would be good is either Stamp or Pokecoms. There's plenty of both in deck. We'll go for it. We'll just grab Stamp. Stamp you. I feel like right now we're Shrine. Shrine. Cynthia. What am I talking about? Don't have much in the way of setup right now. What we're going to do is get rid of you. Get myself a Piplup. Chuck a doll down. And we'll retreat to the doll. And just hold. So this is the whole plan of just sitting in Lily's Pokédolls while I set up. Because we are going to be a slow setup deck. Mewmews. So it could be really powerful here to get our Mimikyu out. Tita. Stops me playing trainers for the hand. So Mewmew's down. If that Shrine can stay, it'd be lovely. Mind you, I just need a Shrine to tick over at some point. So Ultra Space, that's fine. As long as I can find another Shrine at some point, we're good. I mean, I would love Shrine tick over on Weaviles, ideally. Alright, so we can dull down, which is fine. Cynthia. Fresh the hand. Alright, so we have our Empoleon. I think we need to, at this stage, just prioritize our next Piplup line. We haven't actually found any energies yet, which is a bit of a concern. Still a wish ourselves. Great Catcher doesn't feel like it's any good right now. I think Tate and Lies is the way to go on that. And we'll just run you to the Lily Dot. We might as well get rid of that stadium. Just don't want you to have a free, like a second Agnodel for free. For no cost. We'll have to, I want to force you to try and get into it in another way. Don't have energies in the bin yet. So yeah, this forces you to have to get it that way. At least that's not an energy in the bin, it's just a Great Catcher. So that seems fine. So we're desperately after... Oh, well, there's a couple of energies in the bin. Now this is a big concern because you're able to Dark Moon GX here, knock me out and stop me from playing trainer cards. Which gives you a couple of turns now. At least you don't take a prize card in this if you GX attack. If you Black Lance, you just give me more time. But I'm assuming this will be a GX attack move. But at least the overall trade of this is one prize card. And what we can now try and do is try and lock something like the Mew Mew in with a Shrine down to block all this like Shadow Connection stuff as well. That's now the aim. So, get to take that. We get to slow us down. That's fine. Oh, now we get the water energy. We'll get that onto you. Get this onto you. We'll Stellar Wish ourselves. Great Catcher for the next turn. Seems pretty good. Retreat. Stellar Wish. I don't feel like I'm going to be using Lily Dog. I do feel like I want that Pokecoms. Alright, we're done. You're operating on one card too. You're operating on your top deck. So we want a Shrine, desperately. We can't Pokecoms and Great Catcher in the same turn. Okay. Get rid of you. Do we show our hand with a Mimikyu? I think we do. Shuffle. Got the Great Catcher, we've got the Recycle. What are we missing out of this? Shrine. Thank you. Knew we were missing something out of this. Alright, so the Great Catcher has to be for the reset. Water energy, I feel? Yeah, that's fine. So Great Catcher. Reset. We want the Liza for next turn, so it's for the water. Pull in Mew Mew. Shrine down. Retreat. I've got to remember, do I discard a card from the hand for doing this attack? I don't think so. We'll just hold there. So we'll recall. So we're going with the bubble hold. Yeah, this wasn't the one that we discard. Oh, we should probably be sniping you away, actually. You're the one with all the energies on there. Because you can't attack anyway. What am I doing? I should be sniping you. Oh, the Mallow and Lana play. That could be good. Heals the active though. 120 on the active. If I get another hit on you, then that doesn't really matter too much, but we do need to take you out as quickly as we can. But you are going to do that. Alright. Start attacking with this guy. But we can block you from being able to do any damage. Ah, Stealthy Hood, that's annoying. It's a clutch pull, the Stealthy Hood. Absolute clutch pull. So what we could do is just start sniping this thing. Am I feeling the snipe better? Or just blocking you from attacking? I'm feeling the snipe better. Let's snipe. So have yourself a recycle energy. We'll chuck the doll down so we don't draw into it. Or Liza. Got our next Empoleon. What's a bit of a worry here is I don't have anything set up ready to roll for the next turn. That's a huge worry. Have yourself a board. We'll just recall. Direct dive. This guy. I mean, you're still relying on your top deck. Now, if you're smart, you're going to get your darkness energy off of this guy. So we can take a hit with this Empoleon, get rid of the Weavile here. So that means the energy's now stuck. Kind of want to free up board space, but yeah, let's just go Jirachi. We're fine doing that at the moment. We don't need to free up board space. I do want a Cynthia. Just straight Cynthia. Don't want to draw into this. Maybe I do want to free up board space. Ah, we can retreat back into you and just discard you. Cynthia. Ah, I've got a Piplup. That's what we're searching for desperately. Still a wish. I feel like what we do here is Great Catcher. That seems fun. Great Catcher. Rosa and Brox, because I can go and get something back with that on the next turn. Bring this guy in. We'll retreat to you, because I just want to put you back in the deck. Lily's Polka Dot. Free up board space. You're up. And right here, we'll recall. And we'll direct dive onto this guy. And whack you out. So now our job is to start direct diving this guy here. And we've got Absol as well, which is really nice. That's what I want board space freed up for. Yeah, and I think we've got him a little bit stuck now. That's exactly what we wanted. Hello, Fabian the Hungry. Welcome. Alright, we've got Naganadel. This feels like it could be Mew Mew. Or maybe it is just, it could be that beast deck. That's another thing. It's got a lot of sniping, which Mew would be really good for. Let's go get Jirachi. Switch into you. And Eliza. So we've got a doll to play at some stage. Like comms is more important than anything here. Chuck Absol down. Comms the Jirachi. Go get another Piplup. Do I want a Lily Doll down? I might as well. And just hold. So I don't like the fact that you can snipe so easily with this deck. That's something I don't like. At least Absol is making that U-turn board a little bit more tricky for you. So, Prinplup. Prinplup. So at least we've got double Prinplup, so when you snipe, it's probably not if, it's more when. We can't actually get out to our Lily Doll. It's a bit awkward. I've got Eliza, and this guarantees me what I need for next turn. I feel like that's too important. We'll just hold. It's a shame we couldn't get out to our Lily Doll. Yep, so there's the Naganadel. Do you have the second welder straight away? Alright, gonna go to the back line, probably looking for it maybe. See, it's this Venom shot that's a problem. It's a big problem. You got a Blound deck. Okay, so it's Blounds. And a Bursting Burn. Interesting call. Especially since you're weak to my Prinplups. It's a very big call. Chuck Shrine down. So we could take Eliza for the switch, but we've got that many switching cards in deck. Surely we hit one of them. Surely. Okay, there's a switch. Stellar Wish. I don't really need to counter catcher here. We don't need the Shrine. Great Catcher could be useful. Rose is only useful if you take me out. I think we'll just pull in a Great Catcher. Just in case something arises where that's useful. Switch to you. Get that to you. And for the moment, we're cool. And we'll just hit a 160. What's kind of hilarious about this is, unless you can heal this up, it goes down on the way back to me. So, it's kind of funny. Does have its chance to blow up my Empoleon in the, you know, for its trouble. Which is the reason maybe I should have taken Rosa. But having said that, it's got to get out of the active and back in the active. Customs? Oh, I thought you were going to double custom me for a sec there. Dead A change. Yep, seems fair. But keep in mind, that's a nice little prize Pokemon to try and take out. I can't bench snipe, so I can only take out the active. Play another Blounds down, and I can go after that with a Great Catcher. Surely you know I've got the Great Catcher sitting in hand. Not gonna get rid of the Blounds, seems fair. Surprised you didn't really consider just trying to go with sniping yourself. Maybe you don't have the Psychic NG2. Surely you would. So our next turn, we've got to get your evolution, your evolution. That's the plan. Having said that, you've also got to work out how you're attacking, which you're not. That is actually more funny than you know. This is quite hilarious. But you won't have to attack. Do I like this thing sitting in the active? Not really. Maybe I like the Dene more. Yeah, I think I like the Dene more. Do you want to bring up that to Dene? I just like that sitting in the active, please. Yeah, thank you. Well, now Cynthia. Because what's really interesting about that Dedenne sitting in the active is... I kind of don't need to play a Water Energy at the moment. Have yourself a board, because you need one. We can't bench snipe, so we're just bubble holding. But the Dedenne sitting in the active like this is, you need to pay 2 energies to get the retreat, unless you have a switch card. So it's running the test of how many switch do you run? I mean, this guy need 2 in there, 2 to do it as well, but yeah, you could do things like Beast Ring to this guy, which is a little bit deadly. Wow, you had triple Beast Ring. That's insane. Didn't have the switch. And that's not a welder. So you now need a switch. You do need a switch. You can burn that to get a bigger hand. I feel like I don't need this Water Energy. I can dump it on someone. Might dump it on this Absol. Got an absolute ton of Fire Energy on the board when you want it. Oh, you do have the switch. That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Alright, so you whacked out that guy. We'll Rosa here. We'll go and pull up that Dedenne again. And really see how much switch you're running. Let's test how much switch you're running. Actually, if we Dedenne, like if we pull up the Dedenne now, is that really helping us? Probably not. This is helping. We could Rosa, but I feel like we need to more desperately dig into our deck and see if we can get more than just your evolution. We do need your evolution. This only hits the bench, doesn't it? Let's chuck an energy to you because I don't think I feel like I need it. Cynthia. Didn't get another Piplup, which is what we desperately needed. So that Mew sitting there is annoying. So you're going to be able to attack no matter what I do. So we'll just chuck the 80 down. I think I'm going to chuck my own Mew in this deck. I honestly do. Just to stop this bench sniping Naganadel. Mind you, like, this is the first time I think I've ever come across it, but still. Only 90 health. I'm a shrine away with another Empoleon's attack. I've got the Empoleon, so I'm ready to attack on the next turn. Just gotta find that shrine. If you oust this stadium, that is. Also need to Brox at some stage. Soon. It's a Venom Shot. At least we've got this guy. Then I've got to work out who you're attacking with on the next one. Because you're on 4 prize cards, so you're at least 2-shotting still. So that's a really good thing. Plus, we're a great catcher away. So you're 2-shotting, I feel, and you don't have a way to deal with this today. So Empoleon, you're up. I think we Caitlyn Cynthia. Get rid of the lilies. Pokédoll. And we'll pull a Cynthia back. Draw a few more. Alright, well this stage, we'll just recall. Don't need to do anything bar Bubble Hog. Kinda wish I Broxed on that turn now. But having said that, you're gonna need to stamp me now. And the clock's ticking on this Dead. Like, it's 3 turns away. And I don't think you're taking a KO this turn either. Heatran. It's a way to take out the attacker. Alright, so you take out the attacker now. You don't have another Naganadel ready to go to bench snipe, so maybe we just go Lilydolls. Shouldn't have discarded that Lilydoll. Ah, we've got a 3rd Lilydoll in deck. So this takes the KO. And we're just waiting for the ticking time bomb. How many more stadiums have you got, potentially? Well, you could have a ton, but... You played 1 Ultra Space. Yeah, you're able to oust it here. Gonna stamp me. I've got Rosa. It's actually a really good card to have in this situation. Because what we're going to do is we're going to try and stall for time for a few turns. We've got 2 Lilydolls to use while we're trying to stall. Alright, so first thing is we'll Rosa. Go and get ourselves a Piplup. A Pokédoll. Do I want to stamp you back? We want a Shrine, actually. Oh, hang on, it's Basic Energy, isn't it? Pokédoll or Shrine? Let's get a Shrine. Let's be greedy. As much as we need to delay for a couple of turns. Let's get that Shrine ticking away. Get that Recycle Energy onto you. Still a Wish ourselves. Grab... Got the Prinplup, so we don't need that. Grab the Shrine just in case you oust it again. So you know it's sitting there. And then we'll go and chill in our Pokédoll. We've also got the Rosa to go and pull in another Pokédoll on the next turn. So that's fine. Look how close that today is from going down. Oh, beautiful. Double customs. I'll give you that. Do you have the oust for the Shrine as well? That is the question. Do you have the oust of the Shrine? So that's all Prinplup's gone. Oh, Piplup's gone. Do you have the oust of the Shrine? You don't. So, well played. But, you lose the Shrine. That is a sad way to win, isn't it? By a shrine of punishment. Of all things. GG's, GG's. Hello, Apps Reps. Welcome. Oh, it's like, this is the starting hand that we like. I might just hold the Absol just in case we top deck like a Pokecoms or something. But yeah, we'll definitely tuck the Piplup onto the bench. Piplup, you're up. Alright, so no real clues on what we're playing against. We'll chuck Absol down because we can. That makes Jirachi's just a little bit more awkward. We need to comms you away. Go and get ourselves out another Piplup. Chuck you down. We'll still a wish here. Cynthia, I think that's... we could run to the Dole. I think we'll run to the Dole. Because this is just a just in case. I don't know what you're playing and you could have the KO. So it's just a cautionary run to the Dole. Play. Just like that. Can never be too cautious. You don't know what's going on. Ah, we're up against a fossil deck. Why is it whenever I come up against a fossil deck, like, they don't mulligan against me? And whenever I play a fossil deck, I like mulligan 30,000 times every single game. Why is that? Like, seriously, why is that? Well, if I knew you were playing fossils, I would have stayed in my Jirachi. Ah well, what can you do? In fact, I can just switch back to my Jirachi. I think that's what we'll do here. That seems fine. Just because I like keeping Lily's Pokédoll available to us. But the thing is, I would have taken the Cynthia. That's what I would have done. We'll shuffle. I know I could have put that back in the deck, but it just thins the deck a bit. Playing the way that I did. We haven't found an NG yet, which is a bit of a concern. But if you take me out this turn, we get an NG in, on the next one anyway. So we'll get a Prinplup up. We've used your Stellar Wish, haven't we? So we'll just retreat out. Let's just quickly go and check how many we've actually got. So we got 5. Alright. Plus we got a Water Energy that we can Roser if you take out this Pokédoll this turn. So that seems fun. We will put this back in the deck to get back to our Jirachi on the next one, if you don't take it out. Maybe I should put an NG Spinner in the deck. But then I've got a hidden NG Spinner. You might as well just have a Water Energy. Exactly, yeah. Energy Spin's only going to be worthwhile if... Oh, that turns off tool cards. I didn't even think of that for a while. That means that switch burnt. Very useful. Very useful card. Apparently I haven't ever seen those fire energies. At least since the last time I uploaded stuff. I mean, I'm forcing you to have a switch with the Absol down as well, so that's a thing that we're forcing here. So it's an interesting sort of stalemate I guess we're in. I don't have any NGs and I need to find them. So we just have to go to our Jirachi here. If you KO my Jirachi, I'll be sad, but what can you do? Oh yeah, we'll just get a Lilydot back. That's fine. That's alright, well that didn't help. We're just hot. Made each other's Jirachis really awkward. I mean, the other thing I could have done is just sat in my doll and waited. I went, I gotta have Rosa to start attacking my Empoleons eventually. Ah, you got custom catches in this deck. That's annoying. We got Cynthia. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a punt that we're gonna get what we need off this Cynthia. Have yourself, I mean these tool cards are useless, so have yourself a board. We'll switch to this guy. Cynthia out. Good, we got an NG. Get you down. Chuck Shaun down. I mean, can't hurt, can it? I actually feel like we'll bench Snipe. And we'll just take this guy out. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Just whack you out for a prize card. Because you've still got to get this Jirachi out of the active at the end of the day. You could argue I should have gone after the Aerodactyl. So you've NG attached here and put it here, so you need a switch still. Using the labs. Didn't think you didn't actually fill up your bench with these labs since you haven't been attacking for ever. What's your attack do again? My retreat cost. I don't have a high retreat cost, so you're not a big threat. Aerodactyl is though. So I think that's the guy we go after. Just here. Do I want a Cynthia? Yes. Because I need to keep finding your evolutions. So, Primplop down. We've got an Empoleon, so that's really good. Get a Shrine down. Chuck one of these to you. And recall. We'll direct dive. The Aerodactyl. So set up the Aerodactyl for a KO. You've got two attackers up online. And you're finally getting that Jirachi out of the active. And Dojo. So you are going to be behind with a fighting NG on this guy. Which is going to do enough against my Empoleons. Which makes me sad. We're going to have to deal with this Aerodactyl immediately. Shuffle. Alright, got an Empoleon. What worries me greatly here... Oh, you are kidding me, aren't you? Oh no. I prize one of my Primplups. That's not good. Because you one-shot me. I hit into you, you one-shot me. How am I attacking back? I actually don't know. This guy one-shots me as well, doesn't it? Hmm. I need to hope to find my Brox. Doesn't really matter where I attack. I'm in a lot of trouble no matter what I do. Oh, I get the Pripler. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not. Maybe this should be an Absol. Well, now I need to desperately find my final Empoleon. This definitely should have been another Absol. I was planning to go Jirachi into another Jirachi after this, like later. Well done to that guy. Got the switch. So keep in mind, this isn't actually powered up with Martial Arts Dojo all that much. So it does what? 80, 100, 120, 130 damage. So it's actually a 2-shot right now. So we're fine just to attack into you. Reset Stampia. Pripler. Then Cynthia. We need to find out Brock's grit. It's not Hemi deck. We need to find out Brock's grit. That's what we needed. Alright, let's just chuck a Lily Doll down for the moment. Recall. Just bubble hold. My mouse is going to run out, so I'm going to have to switch over to the trackpad. Hopefully this is working. Yeah. Cool. How many welders do you still have? Oops. So I'm going to be a bit janky with the mouse. You've only got one welder left. So that goes to you. Oh, I'd love to have had another Empoleon. Because then I'd probably run the switch play and then snipe at you. So that way you're both set up. We need to keep digging desperately for that Brox, because we're going to need it. Oh, we're going to need it so bad. Good, we got the Brox, and we got a Lily Doll that we can just use a turn on Lily Doll, I feel, but you're also running... well, what do you call it? I've seen them. Custom catches. Which makes me a little bit worried. Oh, let's force you to have the welder. I feel like Mew's not going to help here. Really do feel Mew's not helping much. And I'm really feeling like you've got that welder. Alright, Aerodactyls are coming. So this goes to you for the sake of it. Or do I chuck it to a Jirachi? I mean, the tool card's turned off anyway. Just chuck it to you for the sake of it. We're gonna Brock's Grit here. We're grabbing like everything. All of you. Get back into my deck, please. ASAP. Do I snipe? I think we do. So we snipe. Direct dive. Do we just hit one of these guys? Yeah. There's 2 snipes and a shrine away if I've still got shrines. Which I've got 1. Did you hit that welder yet? So this isn't welder. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. It's not welder. There's the fighting energy though. This is now a huge threat. Especially since I can't actually do anything worthwhile just at the moment. So we've got to direct dive this thing. Knowing that we lose you next. Desperately need a draw support. Hoop is really good. And you've got welder. So, what do we need? We need Shrine to get 2 prizes, we need your evolution, and we need to be able to snipe you. That's the plan. So, we'll go to this Jirachi just here. That's not a draw supporter. None of them are draw supporters. What we can do is bring this guy here online. I feel like that could be an idea. So a great catcher. I mean, I know you've got no retreat, but at least you've got a retreat cost. Trying to buy turns for what exactly? I don't know. For top decks to be kinder? We've just got to do that. I know you've got the NG attachment to get out of it. But what more can we do? Seriously. Our top decks are being absolutely cruel to us. And just not having our tool cards is devastating as well. Like, you couldn't even find a shrine. You could have been nice enough to have at least found a shrine. Gonna stamp me. I don't know why you'd stamp me. No, you wouldn't stamp me. There's no way you'd stamp me. How do you have free retreat? Oh, because you're not a basic Pokemon. What am I thinking? Yeah. There's no point grabbing that. I should have stamped you. Still a wish. Wow, this is my draw support for turn. So I can get me my stadium, my Pokemon. Do you have double custom catcher? If you have double custom catcher, you can be absolutely devastating. If you don't, there's a chance. A small chance, but a chance. I've got to hope Shrine's not... Yeah, you got double custom catcher. GG's. Well played. Nothing more I can do to play around that. Except Lily's Pokédoll. And see whether you got another double custom catcher. Hope that I can get to a stamp. I can guarantee the stamp. That's not the problem. Empoleon, we're going to stamp. We have to stamp here. Don't have basic energies, that's fine. So we got a Priplup. Alright. So Priplup, stamp to 1, be a clutch stamp. If ever I need a clutch stamp, is like right now. Just in case I get stamped, let's just chuck a Mimikyu down. And yeah, passed over to you. If there's any time I need a clutch stamp, it's right now. And then just take out my Lily doll, please. Do you activate on Lily dolls going down? This acts like a Pokemon, doesn't it? Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you don't. We potentially could be finding out here. We will be finding out here. Alright, so we'll chuck this down just in case you don't. Yes, you do. Excellent. Alright, so what we want is Empoleon, Shrine. Beautiful. So, Empoleon, you're up. Shrine, you're up. And Lily's Pokédoll to our Empoleon. And then snipe out that Jirachi. Direct dive. That Jirachi. And let the Shrine do the work again. Just win on that Shrine again. In between turns. Win on that Shrine play. Get the last 3 prize cards. That was a good game. That was definitely a good game. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. Well played. Well played. And it is time to rate this deck, and keep in mind, I've only played 8 matches with this deck, so it's really hard to rate the deck when you've only played 8 matches with it. But let's see how we go and talk about how I feel about the deck. So starting with damage here, the maximum damage we can really consistently get off is probably 80 with the bubble hold if we need to hit into the active, or 100 with a direct dive with a snipe attack. Yes, we could probably get to 130 if we absolutely had to into the active with an Aquafull. But even then, that's not necessarily a 2-shot on tag teams. A lot of the tag teams that are running around, we are relying on things like Shrine to chip in with the extra damage, and then a lot of disruption with things like the Mimikyu, the Absol, plus things like the Bubble Hold to stop that basics from attacking, like at least that basic from that was in the active from attacking, to really try and buy us the time that we need to overcome our opposition. So the damage is certainly not about that. We're not even necessarily 3-shotting an active Pokemon when we're hitting 80 at a time. So yeah, that's a little bit of a concern. But damage output, that's not really the idea behind the deck. We're giving the damage a 5 out of 10. As for the defense, well, we've got 160 HP, which is reasonable. It's not huge. We can get one shot by that many different things. It's not funny, but it's okay on a 1 prize card Pokemon. It can be annoying enough. But what we can also be is super annoying with Bubble Hole. So stopping our opponent's basic Pokemon from attacking can be really, really annoying. Plus, we can try and lock something into the active with these great catches and snipe away as well. So we've got lots of different ways to be super, super annoying, and that's really what the deck is built around, being as annoying as possible, locking things in the active. So the defense is what the deck's built around. So for the defense, we're giving it a 9.5 out of 10. As for reliability, well, it's really hard to judge that in the early stage. We are a very slow setup deck, but I do love these Lily's Pokédolls. Lily's Pokédoll, I think you're going to see this combination with slow setup decks quite a bit in the future with decks that I build, because they're just absolutely amazing in the early game to try and buy yourself turns, but also in the late game they can be absolutely clutch as well to just buy the turns that you need to get a Brock's Grid off and get yourself set up, as you've seen, to be able to try and win a game. So yeah, I really like the Lily's dolls here to help us out. But reliability, it's a very slow deck. So we're giving reliability a 7 out of 10. So everyone, what do I think? Well, in the early playing of this, I see potential if you're up against tag team decks. It can be a lot of fun to sit there with your recall into a Piplups attack, chip away at 80, let the Shrine do some damage as well, and sit there and look and see how many switch cards there are. I have a feeling though there's going to be way too much switching in the format, and this is potentially going to be way too slow for that to be successful too often, but we'll see. I had a lot of fun. I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10.